Hey family, welcome into Divine Golden Master, okay? And we are here today to discuss visualization to manifest the future that you desire, okay? So, we're gonna look at my new planner, you guys. Look at my new, not planner, but like manifestation journal. Dream, plan, do, okay? And I like the little, the little trendy little aesthetic look. Okay, so let's get into it, y'all. So, visualization to manifest the future you desire. Okay, um, now we talked about this a little bit as well in the video yesterday about knowing what you want. Okay, but specifically, we're going to discuss visualization and being able to visualize and see whatever the manifestation is that you are wanting to or willing into your 3D reality. So, first we have to ask ourselves, okay, what is your desire? What is your desire? Get very clear, very concise, and conscious on what is your desire. So, when you think about when you're trying to do anything, you need to know what is the goal? What are you working towards? Where are we going with this? What is the direction, right? Even if we don't have a full ultimate goal or just something where we know that that's exactly it. We know a direction that we want to go into, right? So it is okay too that if as you are trying to manifest something that you don't necessarily know exactly the target or exactly where you're going, but you may know, okay, well, I know I want to be in this vicinity or this range of a lifestyle or this range of whatever it is you're trying to manifest of my in my love life or uh, this range of car or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and bring into your 3D reality. You want to get clear because once you get clear on even just the direction, it's like basically of once you know something, nobody else can just come and tell you something. So say if you don't know something, you're not familiar with it, and you're going to try something new, and somebody tells you about it, and you're like, oh, okay, take that into consideration. But if you already know how to do that thing, then you kind of look at whatever they say differently because you already know how to do it. So you kind of, when you already know how to do something, you kind of just push away the other, you listen to the advice, you hear it, you're conscious of it, but you focus on, you know how to do this and you know where you're going. So you don't need those outside opinions. Okay. So think about that. When you're about to do something, you know how to do it. You're not really listening to others. You're listening to it, but you're not really taking it as, okay, this is what I need to do. But when you don't know how to do something, normally you will be like, okay, well, let me see. Let me try exactly what they said because they did it before, right? So this is kind of like what we were talking about yesterday with the experience. And you need to go into everything with the mindset of if you haven't experienced it and you don't know for yourself, you're figuring it out. You're figuring it out. You may take those things from others into consideration, but you can't really um, listen to what others are saying because most of the time, even if you find somebody that has manifested what you're trying to manifest, like most of the time, the person that you're listening to hasn't manifested what you're trying to manifest. Or even if you find a person that has manifested it, you guys walk two different paths. So it's very vital that when visualizing to manifest, this is your future. Only you know how it looks, right? Only you truly know how it looks. Only you truly can feel the energy. Even when you think about places and books and every invention known to man, nobody was going to tell somebody, oh, That's not how you, or Madam CJ Walker. Nobody's gonna come tell her that's not how she made the curling iron or whatever. Like, she knows how to do it. She's doing it. And before everybody knew she created that, she had to focus in on the vision. So that is basically what I'm trying to get you guys to do. Focus in on your vision, focus on your desire. Okay, you want to have tunnel vision, and the tunnel vision, and it really depends on whether it's a desire that's going to be fulfilled throughout time, throughout your journey, or it's something that you can bring into fruition right away. And when it comes to that, that's literally up to you on what you need, what you feel like you want right now, and what you feel like you more so will enjoy journeying towards. Because a lot of times, too, people forget about the journey. They just want this, that, and the third. But what about the journey? Okay, life is more so about the journey and being comfortable enjoying that journey than it is about getting things. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, um, when I say clear, I mean specific. When I say concise, I mean direct, right? You know directly, like we just spoke about what it is that's your vision. And then when I say conscious, we want to make sure that it's realistic to your reality. Okay, so when I say realistic to your reality, I don't mean that in a condescending way, right? Where a lot of people will tell you, oh, something's not, that doesn't fit your reality because they don't see your vision. They don't see what you see in yourself. But when I'm saying realistic to your reality, I mean something that you can literally see yourself doing in your 3D reality. You may be homeless, but you can see yourself realistically getting a home, getting stability, getting this, having a loving family, having support. You can see that. You know what I'm saying? But when it's something so crazy as like, and I don't want to say crazy because I don't want to label anything, because everybody's reality is different. It may be crazy to me in my reality, but in somebody else's it may work. So paint it to your reality. You know what I'm saying? Make it realistic to your reality. If your reality is something that's totally off the wall for others, keep that in mind too when they give you their opinions. Because a lot of times it's the opinions of others that distract us from our desire that we're trying to manifest. And that's why a lot of people will tell you, do not tell others, because they don't have the vision. They can't see what you see. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not living in your reality. So that is another thing too as well to keep in mind, that don't tell people when you're trying to manifest something. Visualize it on your own, and you want to make sure it's realistic to you and your reality for you. And no one else. Literally, it's about you, okay? Now we spoke about that. Yeah, and it doesn't seem impossible to actually envision yourself. And also too, when you do this and you actually pick something that's realistic to your reality, you don't have trouble visualizing yourself doing whatever it is of where you're trying to get to, if that makes sense. Okay, and what I mean by that is, um you may have like the person that's homeless may have trouble envisioning themselves in a Bentley, but they may not have trouble envisioning themselves in a Toyota, or you know what I'm saying? So understand where you are and gradually work yourself up in your desires, because that will be able to help you to manifest on a quicker, more rapid rate. But also too, because time and space is not real, also too, the key is that it will get you to those manifestations, but this is really like a building block, because we're constantly manifesting. And this really helps you to build that courage up, because then you'll start to literally go through your day and naturally visualize how you want things. Like when I go through my day, before I start, I naturally visualize how I want it to go, what direction I want it to go, how I want to feel, and I kind of set that tone. And naturally, when I want something, I will visualize it and picture it, and without having to go through these steps, it's just become habit. So after a while, it will just become habit because you realize, okay, this is how I get things. This is how I manifest things. I don't just manifest things by having money. No, I manifest things through energy. Like, yes, through having money, but more so of me stepping into that energy where I can have the money, I can have this, I can have that. Not about the money. And a lot of people have to get out of that too about it's not about the money. And we're gonna talk about love too as well later in the week, because when it comes to love too, it's a tricky subject too, because like I always tell people, even when it comes to love, you want to more so go for the energy, because people have free will. Okay. And now it's different if you're in a relationship with someone and someone, you guys are literally have come together, or even just have feelings that are mutual. But when it comes to no mutual feelings and trying to do certain things against people's free will, then it definitely would be something that is way more tricky to manifest. And it's like, why do you even want to manifest that? It's not going to last when you get it, because you want to do things that are more so people are already in line with it, and we're just kind of working on it or perfecting it or evolving it, right? um Now when you are thinking about realistic to your reality as well, like I want to tell people too, is like, okay, so if you start to do a visualization, and in that visualization you may look a little different, or you may be dressed a little different, or your attitude may be a little different, or um you may in that vision have makeup on and you don't really wear makeup like that. Everything that you see yourself having in that vision that you can start to do today, start to do that, literally. Like, if you we're going to use the same example. If you're homeless and you see yourself and having stability and driving that Toyota or doing whatever the case may be, okay, so start doing your hair like you had it in that vision. Start grooming yourself like you would be if you had a home. Start to And literally, as you start to get in that vibration, you pull those things effortlessly into your frequency. Or say, like, a woman who wants to level her life up, and she's used to living a more so lifestyle of like trashy or whatever the case may be, um, to whoever's perspective, then she may start to do a more high class makeup look. She may start to wear only a certain amount of colors, or she may only, or even just a woman trying to tap into dark feminine energy and she's a light feminine soft energy, she may start to wear those darker colors, wear those darker lips colors, do her hair a little different, um, channel a different archetype energy when she's out and about, tapping into that vision, okay? And all those things really help to put you in that state of mind right now. Whereas if you don't start doing things until you manifest it, if you even, like, most times you won't manifest it because of that, because you're stuck where you're at. But if you do manifest it, you won't keep it long because you weren't already in that mindset. And like we always say, the all is mind. People don't realize that it's more so about your mind and how you feel in your mind than it is about your 3D reality. And that is also to a program of, social media and different type of TV shows and whatever class systems make you feel like you need to be doing this and have that and look like this. When really it's like, no, what is it that you want? What is it that you feel? And that's all you need to be worried about. Okay. And two, it's like, if you create it, you can be whatever you want, literally. But people may try to be judgmental, and that's another reason why yesterday we spoke about staying away from people that are negative and things like that. Because when you are changing and evolving, a lot of people don't understand change. A lot of people don't take change well. So, keep that in mind as well. Um, get specific, but leave room for magical things to happen, okay? And be open to many different routes to get to your desire. And this is something also too that, like, I like to tell people a lot as well. As soon as one thing goes wrong, a lot of people will start to feel like, oh my God, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to manifest. Well, in that moment of, first of all, it probably never was going to happen because number one, you didn't even really believe in it. Because how can one thing happen and now you don't think it's going to happen? Now you don't think it's going to manifest for you? Okay, so it's like, that's that belief we were talking about yesterday. Like, you have to believe more than anything. And then also to trusting in the process. Okay, and understanding that things, don't be attached to any outcome, or don't seek for any specific outcome, because it's beyond your knowledge of how really it's going to come in. Because if you knew how it was going to come in, you already would have it, right? If you already knew how it was going to come to you, if you already knew how it was going to play out, you would already have that manifestation. So because you don't know those things and you can't really calculate how exactly it's going to come to you, be open to the flow. Okay, and I feel like too, a lot of times where when we get upset about things not going our way, quote unquote, it's more so of something else that needs to be addressed. And what I mean by that is that um a need to know the circumstances or want something to go a certain way is definitely a comfortability and um a false sense of comfortability and a false sense of security, because it's like, if you're still stuck in that stage of thinking that, oh my God, the world's gonna end because one little thing happened and you don't think you're gonna manifest, you have to learn alchemy, and you have to learn how to really transmute energy, and you have to really learn how to master yourself. Okay, when we come into our life, mastering ourselves is the very first thing that I feel like gets you to that step of effortless manifestation. Now, you could definitely manifest without mastering yourself and mastering your emotions, but when you are able to alchemize energy, transmute energy, and no matter what happens, you are coming out on the good end and in the stick of life and your existence. And once you realize that, you become it's literally a stage, an awakening, and you become more aware of your role and how you're the main character that you are setting the stage for. And you literally could be setting the stage for a lot of negative things to be happening, or you could be setting the stage for a lot of positive, abundant, a lot of positive, abundant things happening for you. You're the master. You're the one moving the puppets, right? And um when we gain that stage of awakening and we realize that we're alchemists, and nothing that comes to us we didn't manifest, and we learn taking responsibility and everything, we just understand that too. It's like, in the correct timing, in divine timing, we will get our manifestations. All I need to do is be clear and get in alignment. And if I don't feel good, that's a problem. Like, that's when it's a problem. If you're not feeling good, or you're, what is it? What's going on? How can you transmute that? Or is it something that's you're struggling to transmute, and where is the underlying issue that I need to deal with? Because that could be the blockage of why you haven't manifested whatever it is you're trying to manifest, because maybe you're having a blockage of unforgiveness, or you're still feeling like a victim in this situation. Clearing those things out will help you to live a more effortless lifestyle of, it's not about when it happens or where it happens. It's about, I'm excited. I know it's going to happen. I can't wait to experience this. And I'm also very joyful about my experiences right now, because it's all leading me. It's all part of the process. And even now, you're probably living in some manifestations that you wanted in the past. So, you know, all right. Now, when it comes to, okay, well, how do I specifically visualize to manifest? How do I do it? What do I do? What's the first steps? We're going to set the vibe. Okay, once you get your desire, you know what you want, you know what direction you're going in. We're gonna set the vibe. Okay, now it's two ways, not limited to these two ways, but one way is gonna be something that you can do anywhere, no matter where you're at. You can close your eyes and do this. Um, or the second option is gonna be more so of something that you can do where you actually do like a ritual and you set the tone, you set the vibe, and you use other things to bring about this manifestation. So, when it comes to setting the vibe and doing the ritual, things that you want to include are things that are going to appeal to your senses, right? Sound, hearing, smell, right? Aromatherapy, um, sound. You can do music, you can do frequencies, taste. You can eat something or um, maybe a mint or a candy or something that puts you in that frequency or vibration of whatever you're trying to manifest, or even just put you in a happy mood or something that uplifts you to bring you to that higher vibration. Touch. You can have like a soft pillow, soft blanket, crystals, um, the clothes that you're wearing. You could be very, you want to make sure that you're in a very comfortable receiving state and very open. So you don't want to be uncomfortable or be wearing something where you feel like, okay, you can't even really focus on that because you're focused on how uncomfortable you are. Also, to perfume or cologne or something like that also brings about that smell, that aromatherapy puts an energy. And then the last thing after we got hear, smell, taste, touch, see. What are you looking at, right? You can do a vision board or the specific desire and look at that, or look at YouTube videos where they're doing things that you're trying to manifest, or even just making a vision board on your phone and screenshotting a few pictures or something and putting it on a color that goes with the vibration of what you're trying to manifest. All of that is going to help to even to like it helps to get you into that frequency of what you're trying to manifest, but also big time really helps you to understand what it is. Like the more you start to look into it, you're doing a vision board, you're researching this, you're getting, this now, this, you're getting closer and closer each time to what it is that you're trying to do. Just like if you're trying to move, you start packing those things. Next thing you know, you start to see availability here. Getting into that frequency, realizing that you're the creator, and all you really need to do is believe in yourself, okay, and use your power correctly. Ooh, shit, he hit that thing. Excuse me, y'all. I knew he was about to hit it. I knew he was about to hit it. Okay, so when it comes to music, you can do frequencies, uh, music, subliminal sounds, etc. And then we talked about for smell, aromatherapy, incense, diffuser, sage, Palo Santos, oils, wax burner, candles, anything that's going to complement the vibe. Taste, we talked about that, something in alignment with your desire. We talked about touch, crystals, relaxing, peaceful wearing outfit. We talked about that. So yeah. Now, when you are actually about to close your eyes and you want to visualize, um, you want to first pay attention to your breath and uh, really kind of grasp your breath and slow it down. Pay attention to it, acknowledge it, and focus on that. Try to clear your mind of anything else and really just focus on your breath. And you don't even have to close your eyes at first. I know some people, when they close their eyes, it makes them more nervous. So if you don't want to close your eyes just yet, don't. Just focus on your breath. Okay. Um, and you can do for the music, you can add headphones or um, it's recommended. I recommend it, but not required if it's gonna make you have anxiety or something like that. Now Close your eyes. Once you have gotten your breath to a calm state and you feel relaxed, close your eyes and picture out a mini skit of your desire coming into fruition. All right, so where do you start? If you did the ritualistic way, you've already looked at these things, you've already smelt these things, you've already saw something, you've already heard something, you've already touched something that has put you into the frequency. So um, make sure that whatever you're using to help you channel the vision really sets it in stone for you. Okay, don't just go with, oh, well, I read this online about this crystal and they say it makes you helps you do this. So, okay, but does it help you do that? Right? Like how does it resonate with you? Make it very personal. And I recommend the ritual way for people that are just starting to do this because I know a lot of people struggle with just visualizing anything. And if you struggle with just visualizing anything at all, um, I have a third eye video up on my channel, and I will be adding more. But start by just visualizing a circle, right? Close your eyes and just visualize a circle within your third eye, or a ball, or your hometown, and then maybe try a square or try a stop sign. Try something that you're very familiar with, but you're not close to, that you can envision. And as you do that, start to slowly see yourself within your manifestation. So if it's something truly really big, start slow of like, okay, maybe you're in the mirror and you're looking at yourself and you're doing, how do you look? You know, you get yourself into that. And after you figure out, okay, this is how I look, then maybe if it's a house you're trying to manifest, okay, well, now we're starting in the bathroom. And since we just got ready, maybe we just brushed our teeth in our new home. What does the sink look like? What does the floor look like? And then we start to get into detail, and then we walk into the room and you work it just like that. Now, as you start to slowly but surely progress into your um, visualization, you want to make sure that you focus on your emotions and your feelings. Okay, feel your feel your vibration shift and think about how good you're going to feel getting this desire. Now, when you're paying attention to your emotions, you should shift into a very happy, uplifted, joyful emotion, right? Because you're thinking about something that you really want. It's happy, it's exciting, right? Now, sometimes people will feel shame or guilt or other emotions where they're not sure, okay, well, why am I feeling like that? If you're feeling something other than bliss, when you start to get into your visualization, figure out where that block is and why do you not feel like you deserve it, because that's what it really stems from. Or it may stem from, some type of block, right? So when you start to feel something or you start to tap into that, if it's other than bliss and you know that this is something that's good for you and you deserve it, figure out what's that underlying issue, right? Lose the attachment. This is the last thing, you guys. Lose the attachment to time and space and act as if. Okay, so number one, losing that attachment to time and space, like we spoke about. You have to understand this 3D reality. I really feel like, for some people, it does enough good for you to just tell them, and but like for somebody like me, and probably like you too, somebody just telling you something does not work. So do your own research. Understand quantum. Understand where we're at, where we're living at. What is this existence? Understand that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? And understand what that truly means. And really take the time to analyze that aspect of how you're more of a spiritual being than you are ever a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't know what I mean by that, just look it up. Look up, you know, I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, do not be afraid to Google, research. A lot of times we don't know things because we don't have not because we ask not. All right, ask, research, do your research. Now, once you fully understand that and you lose the attachment to time and space because you realize that it's not real and it's a spell, and it is something that kind of distracts you to make you think that you're running out of time when really we only have the present, we only have right now. I don't know about tomorrow because I'm here right now. I'm focused in on right now. I'm doing my best to align myself with the best possibilities for tomorrow. But am I worried about it? No, because worry, I don't worry. You know, these are things you have to pull out of yourself because you've been so programmed into doing things like, what is worry? I don't worry because I understand now what the 3D reality was. Maybe I did in the past, but I'm breaking free from that. That is no longer my reality. Okay? And have the discipline, okay? It's really about having the discipline to focus your mind. If you can have the discipline to focus your mind, anything that you wish you will have, right? And definitely don't use the word wish because that's a believe wish, right? Um, you really want to just know. It's not a wish, you know it. You know it to be true. You know it. And as you get into that frequency, and having the discipline to focus your mind onto your new reality of I'm a god, I'm a goddess, and I want this way, and this is mine now. I claim that, and I'm gonna do this and this here, and I'm gonna walk in here like I own the place because I do, and I'm very important. I'm the main character. This is my show, and everybody's gonna do what I want them to do because this is my reality. This is my life. Things are gonna go in my favor. I'm always winning. Things are always working out. You have to shift your mind, and even if you can't say these things out loud, start to say these things within your head so that you can get into a habit. And like what I tell people too is like practicing talking to yourself, because too it's like you shouldn't even never be lonely, but and realizing that the all is mine, and when you understand that, then you'll be able to manifest it quicker. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning into my video, and I will see you guys in the next one.